Welcome inside Leafs TV. After a week full of Marlies roster change, the Toronto team is ready to face first place Oklahoma City at home on Friday. Ahead of the Marlies' last game, a 2-0 shutout victory, it was announced the team had acquired Nicholas Deschamps in exchange for Luca Caputi. The former Marlie said farewell to the city later that night in a tweet, while Deschamps, he addressed the fans in a different manner by scoring his first goal in the blue and white against his former team. Have a look.
Brought up for Colburn under a minute to go in the first period. He is body behind the Syracuse goal, but he picks up that puck as it's hard to knock him off. It's Joel Colburn circling the wagons, cuts back to the far side. He'll throw it out in front now. They score! Nick Deschamps has his first as a Toronto Marlie as he beats Delorier to the glove side, and a pretty feed from Colburn has Deschamps all smiles.
Deschamps' goal was his 6th of the season and came off a pretty feed for Marlies' big man Joe Colburn. It was announced following the game that Colburn, along with Nazem Kadri, had been named to the AHL All-Star team, the festivities kicking off later this month in Atlantic City. Congratulating the players on their efforts, Crystal tweets, Kadri and Colburn from Toronto Marlies named to AHL All-Star Classic. Good job, boys. Well deserved. Colburn was on hand at the Marlies' very first All-Access at Real Sports on Thursday. He, along with Mike Zigomanis, put aside their hockey talents for a moment and discussed a new passion, this one coming in the form of 6 strings.
Last year I started playing the guitar, actually, because I found in pro hockey I have a lot of downtime, so I was getting bored, and so a few of us took up the guitar in Providence, and I absolutely love it.
Picked up the guitar as well my second year, so those are the 2 things I've been playing past the time.
Do you have a signature song yet, Joe?
Every rose has its thorn.
Oh.
Poison.
Ooh,
Yeah.
wow. Eh?
But no, I was just told that the guitar certainly helps with the ladies, so that was a big reason for it.
And in the final piece of roster news, Colton Orr joins the team on Thursday after being assigned to the AHL. Orr is probably best known for his 372 penalty minutes amassed with the Maple Leafs. This news excited many, including Mark, who's counting on Colton Orr getting a Gordie Howe hat-trick for the Marlies on Friday, and then he hashtagged it, "Let's go Marlies." But for me, all I can wish for is to see Orr Tebow in front of all of those attendants at Ricoh. For those of you unfamiliar with the term, this should help. While the Marlies have added players to their roster, Oklahoma City has seen a pair of top performers leave, as Josh Green and Colton Tubert were recently recalled by Edmonton. The team, though, was not affected by the player loss, as they registered a 3-2 victory in their recent game in Lake Erie. The 2 points for the Barons meant that goaltender Jan Denis has gone 9 straight starts without suffering a regulation loss. And by the looks of it, he'll go for 10, as he's expected to get the start in Toronto. As for the Marlies, look for UC Runas to be in goal, as he's allowed only 2 goals against in his last 3 outings. As you can tell, there's plenty to talk about in Marlies land, so be sure you tune into the game starting at 7 p.m. on Leafs TV, AM 640, and AHL Live. Hit me up on Twitter, @Chancellor, because there's a lot to talk about, and tag all your Marlies chatter with hashtag Let's Go Marlies. And remember, for full game highlights and player interviews, check out marlies.ca.